I mean, I'm only really here for it if I look like a glazed donut, if I'm being completely honest. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see, I have finally gotten around to filming an updated everyday glowy dewy skin makeup tutorial. I have literally been doing this look now for months and months and months and months. All these products are literally the only ones I use, but I can't go past it, and I just love the way they make my skin look and how bright it is. And I mean, highlight is popping. What more could you want? It's basically, in the words of Sarah Ashcroft, a vibe. So if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so to start off with, there's got to be your skincare. So I'm obsessed with at the moment, like skin oil. So the one I've been using currently is the Rodial Snake Booster Oil. I just love having like, I feel like especially if you're going for kind of like a dewy, glowy look, then your skincare is super important, because if your skin is in a good way, then your makeup is just gonna glow anyway. So yeah, so I'm loving these kind of oils. So just any kind of like hydration oil will kind of do the trick. I mean, I'm going for like a light makeup look today anyway, so I don't ever really feel like I've got like a lot of makeup on my face, but I feel like when you've got like a really nice fresh oil on your skin before you actually put any makeup on, it just helps to like stop your face from feeling like super cakey and like, do you know what I mean, like that kind of thing where you feel like it's like sitting on your face, which is not ever a nice feeling. Next up is primer, of course. So I use the Benefit Professional. It's the one I have used for years. I have never really used anything different. I swear to God, I've honestly used this for like 4 years, and it's my favorite primer. And you know when something just works, you just think there's no point in changing. So that goes on next. So as you can see, I mean, this primer is just amazing. Like, it blurs, like it literally does do what it says. Like, it just blurs all pores, and it just leaves you with something that is just a really soft base to start with. And that just goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. Like, as long as you've got a good base for your makeup, your skin is always going to look like really fresh and glowy. So I think, you know, having good base products is super, super important. Okay, I am still a bit weird and will forever do my eyebrows first. Some people find that really odd. I'm just so used to doing my eyebrows before my foundation that it's just stuck with me now. So for my brows, as you can see, I mean, I've got nothing on them currently. So they are already quite good, because as you might have seen in some of my other vlogs and stuff, I have had them microbladed, so I have a shape to them, but they're a little bit kind of like, there are little certain sections that I like to kind of touch up, and that's why I'm so obsessed with the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit, because you can create kind of like natural hair-like strokes without it being like too full. So I think the biggest trick with this product is just not to be like too heavy-handed, just kind of like lightly brush over your hairs, especially, as I say, if you want that kind of like natural, well, as natural as possible kind of like brow look, so it's not too heavy. So now I've done both my brows, as you can see, like same kind of colour, but just slightly like they've got more shape to the edges and stuff. They are a little bit out of control at the moment, so we'll just pretend that they're not slightly cavemanish. Just brush over that. Okay, so to set them, I use the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. So a while ago, I used to be super into soap brows, which was like, it's a kind of essentially exactly the same concept. I just like to brush them so they look a little bit more fluffy and full, which was obviously what the soap was for, and it set it. But just like, this is handier than having to like get up and wet your spoolie and like your brush and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I just brush that over the top, and it's clear, so it's just a clear gel, and it will just set them in place to how you want them to look. So that is what they look like when you've got the brow setting powder on. Setting powder? Where did I even get that from? So next step that I do is I actually use, so I use the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. It's the one that comes in the pot. The colour I use is Custard, or medium one. And then I'm just using one of these little brushes. This one's from Spectrum, so just kind of a small one. This is just to neaten up the edge of my brow, because as I say, they are kind of wild at the moment. So as you can see, it's a really nice, I love the colour of the Custard NARS concealer. It's like not too bright that you get those kind of like angel brows, but it's just like the right colour to kind of brighten them up slightly. So I'll do under my eyebrows, and then just the front of them as well, just to kind of like give them a little bit of a sharper edge. So because I have semi-permanent lashes on like 80% of the time, it does make doing makeup like interesting, should we say. So if you've got semi-permanent permanent lashes on, then this will apply to you. If not, you can just blend as you wish. But I just use a slightly large brush and just blend it like down towards my lid. As I'm not obviously going to go too crazy with foundation on my lid due to obviously the semi-permanent lashes, but I just blend it down enough so that my eyelid is covered with some sort of product. So once you've blended your concealer under your eyebrows in, you then are moving on to foundation. So you will all, I think, be very, very pleased to know that for the past the past 2 months, all I have been wearing is Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. The OG is back. I mean, in my very first makeup tutorials on YouTube, like 3 years ago, whenever it was, this foundation was the one I used all the time. And I can't remember, I came back to it recently and I was like, why did I ever stop using this? It's just such a good foundation. I'm just obsessed with it. So I actually apply it to my face using a foundation brush. I then blend it in with my beauty blender, but I feel like if you apply it to your face with the beauty blender actually soaks up almost too much of the product, so you end up like losing quite a lot of it. The colour that I am using is N56, so that is light bronze. It is a little bit too tan for me at the moment, especially because I haven't actually fake tanned, but I do like a warmer face, so we're just going to go with it. So as I say, because I'm going to go back and blend with my beauty blender, I just kind of like roughly apply it to my face. I did a Halloween look for my Instagram page, which will now be up on the gram. But I've still got red in my hairline, and I've not like keep saying like, look. Oh my god, I've just noticed that I've got like a majorly red ear. If you've seen my Halloween makeup on my Instagram, you'll know what I'm talking about and why I still have red everywhere. Oh my god, it's in the other ear as well. That's hilarious. I've only seen that now because I'm paying so much attention to my face right now. Okay, so once you have covered the majority of your face in the foundation, get your damp beauty blender. I repeat, damp. A lot of you like will reply being like, I used the beauty blender and I didn't like it. And I'm like, did you get it wet? And they're like, no. I'm like, must be damp, otherwise it will not work. And then blend it all in. Now I'd say that the Healthy Mix foundation is probably a medium coverage, I think. It's a nice amount of coverage, should we say. It's not super heavy. It stays dewy throughout the day, which is my favourite thing about it. So if your skin just looks fresh and glowy all the time. So when your hair is up, it's important to take your foundation like all the way back behind your ears, so there are no dodgy lines. Luckily I'm wearing a high neck jumper right now because honestly my body is very pale. Need to fake tan ASAP, but that's fine. Okay, so now that is blended in, I'm just going to go back to that NARS custard concealer. Oh, there is a hair on my brush. And I'm just going to pop some around my nose, as I said, because my nose area just, I feel like the product doesn't sit as well. So just to give that a bit more coverage, I just bring it to kind of like this area of my face. My nose seems to be being a little bit annoying today as well, so I might just pop some along the middle of my nose, just extra coverage. Gonna do my chin as well. The best thing about this, as I say, is because it is a slightly lighter concealer. It does do that brightening effect, but not too crazy, if you know what I mean. And then I'm also, the second concealer I'm going to use, actually new one that I've been loving. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer, and it is really, really good. I think my colour is 7, so it's got a little like spongy top on it, and I'm going to put this under my eyes. And then you grab your beauty blender again and just blend that all in. As you can see, it's literally like flawless. Like that concealer I'm obsessed with. I think that it's just, I just love it. It just seems to get rid of all like fine lines, imperfections. It just literally gets rid of them, which is exactly what we want it to do. Obviously when you have done your eyebrows before your foundation, blending in and around your nose area, kind of this bit here, can be a little bit tricky. So just be careful not to like blend the product like into your eyebrow, because that's not going to be a good look. So that is basically the base makeup. Anyway, so now it comes to warming up your face, because obviously we are kind of all one colour at the moment, and although I don't want to go in with like a super heavy contour, I do want to warm my face up. So I am going to use the Chanel bronzing base. This is just amazing. It's such a good product. I keep going in and out of using it, and then when I do go back to using it again, I'm like, why do I ever stop? Because it is just so good. So I'm taking like a kind of flat full brush. This one is from NYX and it's number 25. So I'm just gonna like swirl it round in the bronzer. Now this bronzer is kind of like a cream to powder vibe, and it's just so nice to like warm your face up without it looking like too heavy. So basically just start like that. Obviously that's a bit crazy at the moment, and you just kind of keep blending until you're happy with how it looks. I like to kind of take it pretty much like all over my cheek just to bring some colour back into my face. You can see literally the difference between this side and this side. It's just so much, like it lifts my cheekbone and there's just a lot going on. So I've added a bit of colour. I'm just gonna grab my beauty blender again and just kind of like, the best thing is about these products, because obviously you've got a cream foundation on and then this bronzer is a creamy product, everything blends so nicely together. And I think, as I say, that is a massive, like, I think you need to use quite creamy blendable products if you're going for that dewy face look. I think it's powder products are gonna kind of cake together and just not be a look really. So, and then I'm just gonna warm my forehead up. This product is also an absolute godsend if you're on holiday, because it's creamy, and if your skin is glowing from like your tan anyway. I actually just use it, so no foundation, just put like some moisturizer on and this bronzer just to kind of contour so that you kind of bring out the features of your face. It's basically a great product, so it's got so many uses, because obviously it is quite pricey because it's Chanel, but it's worth the money, shall we say. So now I have colour to my face. I'm literally, as I said, just gonna get my beauty blender again and just kind of like blend around the bronzer just to make sure that it is blended and we haven't got any like harsh lines or anything like that. So as you can see, that's my base. I'm obsessed with this look, honestly. Like, I just think that it's so like, it doesn't look too done. Do you know what I mean? I think that's why I love it. This is the important thing, and to why I still haven't powdered my face yet. Dewy, glowy highlight I think works best before you put on any powder. Otherwise it just kind of, as you say, if you got powder on and then you try and put the cream highlighter on, it just kind of gloops together and it's just, no one wants that. You will all be not surprised to find out that I'm still very much using Topshop Glow Pot. This one is in Gleam. Now, Becky basically went to try and buy one of these Topshop Glow Pots the other day and apparently they didn't do them anymore. I almost had a heart attack, but it was fine. I got an email from their PR that it's like the relaunch of Topshop Beauty, so I'm really hoping that they haven't actually gotten rid of the Topshop Glow Pot, because it's live and I actually think I might like cry if they have. And so hopefully I'll be able to link it below this video, or just keep an eye out for it. So I go with the cream highlight first, and I just kind of like drag my finger along my cheekbone just so I've got like where I want it in place. And then using another finger that hasn't got the product, I blend that in. And this is where, as I say, I think it's important that you haven't got any powder on your face, because doing this cream blending thing, I just think it just doesn't give you that nice dewy glow that you would get if you had powder on your face. So that I blend kind of along my cheekbone and up to the end of my eyebrow, just to give that really kind of like glowy cheek. I then go over just a small section with champagne pop, just to give that extra highlight basically. And I'm using for that this brush is from Sephora. It's a Pro Highlight number 98. So I'm just gonna pop some of that just literally right on the highest point of my cheekbone like that. I mean, that's a serious glow there. It is honestly like, you can't go past this like duo. I just think the Topshop Glow Pot and Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop together, it is honestly just the best highlight combination, and that's why I've just used it for years, because I just can't find anything that I love as much as this. So then I'm just gonna add highlight in a few other places. So for this, I'm just using a pencil brush. This one's from Iconic London. I'm then gonna pop some on my brow bone, and then just a tiny little bit above the same kind of point of my brow bone, just to bring some light up onto that part of my face. And then also just gonna highlight the end of my nose. And then lastly is one of my absolute favourite new places to put highlight, which I've started doing recently, and I just think it really just brings out your face. It's just right here in the middle bit of your nose between your eyes. I don't know why, but I just think it looks absolutely amazing there, and I've just become obsessed with putting it there. So they're the kind of spots that I pop the highlight on. And then one thing that is the last product that I use to really brighten up my face and add a bit more highlight is Well Rested Concealer Powder from Bare Minerals. This is essentially supposed to be, as it says, a concealer, but I absolutely love it for the inner corner of my eye. It's such a bright white, kind of whitey yellowy powder. It just brightens your face up so much. It's amazing. So I just pop that in the inner corner. So as you can see, compared to this side, it just brightens it, brings out your eye colour. It's just amazing. It's such a good product. And I honestly, like, I barely use any of it, so it just lasts for forever. It's such a good product in that sense, because you get so much and I'm not using anything. So yeah, it lasts for a long time. This product can actually also be used, it's quite good as well. You can put it on your brow bone, just add a bit more of that kind of like brighter look. And you can also just lightly dab some down the middle arch of your nose. That helps to kind of give it a little bit of a contoured look without it being too crazy. Before I set any powder, I'm just going to use a fluffy blending brush. This one is a Morphe E28 and the Chanel bronzer, and this I'm going to put in my crease of my eyelid just to bring in a little bit of colour. So it's I don't know, I just think it finishes off the makeup look quite nice. You can also bring it down your nose slightly if you want a little bit of a contour. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to set some of my face using the Studio Fix by MAC. This one's NC40, and I am using this big brush, which is a NYX Cosmetic one in number 21. So I'm going to set my chin and along the bottom of my face here, and then just lightly dust over my forehead, but not too much, because as we say, this is like a glowy makeup look, so I don't want to heavily set my face. And then just to set under my eyes, I'm using a NYX brush in 26, so it's a big fluffy one. This is just, as we say, stop any under eye creases, and then I'm just bringing that down the side of my nose as well to set that concealer. But as you can see, I'm avoiding my highlighted section. I feel like as well, when you do your powder last, it like really helps to bring out your highlight. I don't know if I'm just completely making that up, but I feel like it really does bring it out a bit more. So if you don't have semi-permanent lashes on, like a lot of you probably don't, this is where you would do your lashes. So I just thought I would say, if I was putting on lashes, these are the ones that I've been wearing when I haven't got these semi ones on. These are the House of Lashes Luxe collection in Midnight Luxe. So they look like this, really nice, kind of soft, like fluffy for an everyday wear. So lastly, before I set my face, I'm going to do my lips. Current fave and probably always fave lip combination, which I'm wearing at the moment, is MAC Stripped Down Liner, the Maybelline Superstay Matte in, where's the colour, Driver 55 Driver. So it's a nude, it's really good, and those two together just work so well. So with the lip liner, I like to kind of just colour in the edges a little bit just to blend it in, and focus then the lipstick like in the middle part of my lips. So that's the liner, and then I'm just going to put the lipstick on the top. And I personally think that is the perfect nude lip combo, if I do say so myself. It's just, I just love it. It's just such a good nude colour. And so last step is to set my face. So I'm using the MAC Fix Plus. This is Pink Light. It's the ones that have got like shimmer in it. Yeah, it's actually new. I got it through the other day and I really like it. It helps to kind of keep your face looking quite dewy. So that is the finished makeup look. As you can see, it's so bright and it's so glowy. And actually, when I'm not filming it, it takes me about 20 minutes to do, which I know is a little bit long for some people, but that's quite quick for me. I swear to God, my everyday makeup literally used to take me an hour. So this is just so much quicker, and I just love the products. I love the way it looks. So I really hope that you guys do as well. And if you try it out, they will work as well for you, because I really feel like they will, because they're really good products. Give the video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed watching this. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to actually get around to film it. But you now have it, and you can now see all the products that I have been using and that I've been loving. And honestly, this is it all the time. It never really changes, apart from maybe if I'm doing an evening look, which I'm gonna do a full face kind of like heavy glam makeup base kind of vibe. for the next makeup look that I do, so I can show you that if I wanted to do a full coverage look, what I would use. But yeah, as I say, give the video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.